Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I am Abe with MysticGenMara.com, a small town mystic from the middle of Idaho. And today I would like to offer the elemental energy reading for the month of October for the element of Earth. Earth energy covers Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn of the zodiac, and I'm going to continue doing the I-ching readings at the beginning and then do the tarot reading after. So, if you enjoy this type of content, please hit the subscribe button, drop a like if you like the video, and comment below. Let me know your thoughts, opinions, even constructive criticism is always helpful. And with that, we'll hop right into the I-ching, and I cast the I-ching hexagrams prior to starting because that would take forever if I was doing that live or even in a video. So your Earth energy for October I-ching hexagram is number 2, and it is the passive principle. And the text of the original message is, the passive principle, sublime success. Its omen is a mare symbolizing advantage. The superior man has an objective and sets forth to gain it. At first he goes astray, but later finds his bearings. It is advantageous to gain friends in the west and the south, but friends in the east and the north will be lost to us. Peaceful and righteous persistence brings good fortune. So just from this, your friends are going to be primarily in fire and water for this upcoming month. Your earth and air might not be the best options, is kind of the energy that I'm getting from this. And when we're talking about omens as a mare, mares were fertile. That's where you got your next generation from. And so it's not always quick how things come forward for you, but this is really a time of long-term plans and successes is what it's saying. And the superior man or woman has an objective and sets forth to gain it. Keep the goals in sight. The goals that you've been working on this year, if you did vision boards back in January, maybe re-examine them, see how far you've come, see where you need to tweak, maybe you need to step up a little bit, but keeping that main goal in sight is what is coming forward for this. Also, I read intuitively, so I'll read the original text and then give what comes through. So how we go with these is you start with the bottom of the hexagram and work your way up. So you start with your foundation. Where are we at? There we are. Sorry. The foundation line, this first line, is hoarfrost underfoot betokens the coming of solid ice. This is setting a good example. Some of the commentary that they have translated for it is, a household which accumulates good deeds will enjoy blessings and abundance. One who piles up evils inevitably faces a host of suffering. So you've got a lot of things. If you're planning well and you're working well, you're going to build a successful future. But if you are being dishonest or maybe a little underhanded, that stuff's going to come out in the wash. Karma is a real thing, and it is going to play out very actively in this month of October. Basically, look at the principle of instant karma. What you do today is going to get you tomorrow or reward you tomorrow, and that's what's coming forward for October. So the scales for October for Earth are very, very delicate. You really are standing on the pinnacle of your point here. So you're on that fulcrum. So basically, you want to make sure you're doing the right things as we go along. So your second line is straight and of broad capacity. Though we do nothing, all our affairs are prospering. And so this is staying focused on what your goal is. Don't worry about the side stuff. Don't worry about the minutia. The goal ahead of you, the thing that you have on your vision board, whatever it is you have set up to be a symbol of what you're going towards, that's what you're working on. When they talk about things like broadness and things like that, they're talking about the ability to have an open heart and an open mind. So keep your goal ahead of you. Keep that focus. But sometimes you might not see a better route. The goal's still there, but you might find a shortcut or something like that. And that's where you want to be open-minded, be righteous as in doing the right thing. Don't try to cheat the system, so to speak, because it always comes out in the wash. For the third line, we have concealment of a talent or beauty constitutes the right course. As to the undertaking of public affairs, though immediate success may not be achieved, their fruition is assured. So things that may be latent, may not be public knowledge, might come to the forefront, and that's where you get that concealment of a talent, something that you may not be open about or talk about too much. It's coming to the forefront. This is how you're going to reach part of your goal, is by bringing that forward. An undertaking of public affairs, it's going to come out into the public's eye. That's what they're saying. It doesn't mean it's bad or anything else. It's a talent or a hidden beauty, something that you're not sure if other people are going to like, but you value. In this month of October, other people are going to notice it, and it's going to slowly be drawn out into the open. But this is that beauty of what you're working towards. This is the path to the achievement that you're working on. So in the fourth line, they're all spaced lines, sorry. It's, good grief. Taciturnity, no blame, no praise. So I'm not really sure what that is. We'll read their little quote here. The transformation caused by the celestial and terrestrial forces bringing forth rich profusion of plants and trees. When those forces are inactive, the superior man avoids the limelight. The passage has the underlying meaning of be extremely watchful. So, no blame, no praise. If things aren't going the way you want them to, don't talk about it. It's fine. You'll get there. When they say be watchful, it doesn't mean stop doing things. Just be a bit more aware of what's going on behind the scenes. That's where you get into that friends from the north and the east, earth and air, may not be the best options. It's because there might be something going on that you're not aware of. They still are your friends, but they might be well-meaning but doing the wrong thing for you. That doesn't mean it's not right for them, but it might be wrong for you. So being careful and paying attention to the motives of others is a good call for this month. And the fifth place is a yellow jacket, sublime good fortune. Yellow is, in the Eastern tradition, usually a very good color. It's virtuous. It's kind of a purity thing, like we would say white in the West would be more pure. In the East, it's more of your yellow is the virtue type colors. So we'll go ahead and check out what they have to say. The superior man of yellow within seeks to grasp life's fundamental principles and is connected with his prosperous condition. The beauty lying within him permeates his whole being, and joy influences his undertakings. So basically, the stuff that you've been trying to keep secret, as it comes out, it's going to lead to that business success, just like with the fourth line. So it's just a reiteration of that. Be ready, because it might be a little uncomfortable as the stuff shifts. Uncomfortable is not painful. That means it's an adjustment. So there's some adjustments that are coming forward for you. And your capstone, dragons contending in the wilderness shed black and yellow blood. So this is where the people who are trying to do what they think is right, but it's not right for you, it's basically saying that's going to fall to the wayside. Their commentary is, when the passive dark force seeks to vie with the creative light, which is what you're working on, the lack of, what does that say? The lack of which is bitterly regretted. So there's some struggle that goes on during all of this, but the overall commentary is basically, as long as you're staying focused on what it is, they're going to rise up, they're going to cause a little chaos because they know what's right for them. Not you, for them. And that's where you have to, what they're saying is just to be careful around the other north and east friends. It could be a physical location, those live north of you, those live east of you, or it could be the elemental association, which would be earth in the north and air in the east. Just something to be aware of as you're moving forward is there's a lot going on and you're moving in the right direction, but you have to make sure you're on the path for you, listening to your guidance and your higher self. Other people, they might have advice, but it doesn't mean that they know what's the right direction for you at this time. So let's see what the cards have to say as clarifiers. October has approximately 5 weeks, so we'll do 5-week readings. I read a guide or guardian per week, a message from source, and a lesson or a challenge from the tarot. I say guide or guardian because sometimes it is a guidance that comes through, other times it is something to help you deal with the situation, more of a guardian. And the lesson or challenge from the tarot is basically, sometimes it's a lesson, a reminder, something to think about. Other times it's giving you a heads up that there's a challenge coming in that week, and it's just a little forewarnings, forearmed type thing. So for your first card, which is your guide or guardian for the first week, we have the Goddess Rhiannon and Amazonite, Integrity. Get this up here. I listen deeply for the truth of my heart. I create harmony between my intentions, my words, and my actions. I make promises that honor my soul. Based on the wisdom of my heart, I make decisions with courage and boldness. I act with respect for my spiritual wisdom. I recognize the power within me, which I surrender into the inspired service for the greater good. I have the strength of character I need to live with integrity. With my own heart, I emanate peace and grace. Amazonite is an amazingly grounding stone. It also is good because it's green, works with your heart energy. And the Goddess Rhiannon, what they're showing me is that this is a time, this first week, to really anchor in. Focus on your integrity. As it talked about in the I-ching, doing the right thing this month, you're going to have an instant karmic reaction. So if you've got negativity going on, it's going to be instant. So really focus on doing the right thing, doing the best thing. It doesn't mean you have to give everything away. You don't have to be altruistic. That's not what this is saying. It's doing the right things, taking care of the people you can take care of, doing the best job that you can at your work, spending time with the people who are important to you, cultivating those friendships of the South and the West. So it's really about focusing on being the best you can do. One of my friends uses the phrase, and I love it, integrity is doing the right thing when no one is watching. So it's something to think about as you're going through this month. How have you been living with integrity? And if not, how can you improve so that your integrity is shining through, so that not so much others see, because that's not that important, but the ones upstairs are the ones you need to be making sure they're paying attention. But doing integrity is for you, not for anyone else. That way it keeps your conscience clean as you move through life. So your message from Source is Earth pulsing. Pulse of the mother, slow down, time in nature. What they're saying is, with this, as you're going through this first week, working on your integrity, staying focused, but if you have the opportunity, go outside. Put your bare feet on the soil. It might be a little chilly, do it in the afternoon when it's warmer, but really connect back into your anchor, who you are. When you're feeling the earth, you're feeling the heartbeat of Gaia. Sometimes it's very slow. Sometimes during an earthquake, it's pretty quick. But when you connect in like that, you're really tapping into the part of you that is here, the anchor. It brings you back into the now moment where you can live fully and enjoy life fully in this moment. So that's your message from Source. And your lesson or challenge from the tarot is, as long as my decks don't decide to go flying, the Seven of Water, a complex decision that need to do research and stop procrastinating. This one's coming through to me more of a lesson. There's things that you've been putting off, things that may not have been the most important, and that could be tying into that hidden beauty, that secret talent, the thing that you've not been too public about as it's coming forward. But it's time to make those decisions. It doesn't mean you're going to do it all in 1 week. It does not mean that it's going to be simple. It straight up says complex. But the Seven of Water is saying you have a lot. I mean, there's 7 upright cups. So you have a lot building for you. You have a lot of potential in the works. And that's where you have to really watch how you make these decisions. But what they're saying is you're in the right spot. The lesson that's coming forward is don't drag your feet when you have that intuitive pulse, that intuitive push. Go with that and figure out where it's going. It doesn't mean you have to take the action right now, but follow that intuitive line of thought out. So let's see what your second week for October Earth signs. That card literally jumped out of the deck. And we have the goddess Matangi, and heliotrope is your stone. Get this up here. And it's already there is value. I acknowledge how far I have come and the immense inner value derived from my journey thus far. I choose to complete the tasks that resonate with my heart, seeing them through until they are shining with divine brilliance and beauty. I recognize the value of my past efforts and experiences. I balance passionate, purposeful devotion with my destiny, with contentment and gratitude for all that is in this moment. So really, this second week is talking about your first week was living in integrity, anchoring back into the now, and following these thoughts through and stop procrastinating. The second week is you're doing all this work. You've got a lot going on. Don't forget to do it with your passion, with your heart involved. And also show gratitude. When something goes right, thank your guides, thank yourself, because you're actually working on it. Thank those who are supporting you, even if it's something minor like your spouse cooking you dinner so you can work on your passion project. But show that gratitude and show it from your heart. Don't speak words. Express yourself. Bring that heart into it. And that's the message from your guide coming through with the goddess Matangi and heliotrope as your stone is be respectful, but be joyful as you're going along. When you bring your passion into something that you're creating, it's not work anymore. The creation becomes something different, something special, because you're doing it from your heart, and that's what they're trying to bring forward, is make sure that you're doing the right thing from your heart this second week. So 2 cards are coming up for your message from Source. One is Water Your Garden, Nourishment, Body Care, and Tender Rest. The other one is Forge, Don't Follow, Pave a New Path, Be a Leader You Wish to Have. So these are working really closely together because Water Your Garden is saying you have to make sure to take care of yourself. Do self-care, support, show the gratitude to the people who are supporting you, because by showing that gratitude, they will feel like they're wanted and they will help you further on. But also forge your own path. It doesn't matter what someone else has done. It does not matter what the other people in your community that you might be working in are doing. Do it your way, what works for you. There are people out there who will only read tarot in the Celtic cross. That's fine. That's their that's the way they do it. There are people who have just kind of throw cards, see what comes up, and that's another way to read tarot. And they're forging their own path. The way I read is different from what other people read. This is how I've been reading for myself and for my few friends for a while. But you're forging your own path, but don't forget as you're pushing forward to take care of the things at home. Your health, your wellness, get enough sleep, water, and be appreciative to the people who are supporting and helping you as you're going through this, your physical helpers as well as your spiritual helpers. And that's the message that's coming through. You're going your own way because that's the way you need to go, but don't forget to be taking care of the things at home as you are going forward. Basically, don't get too wrapped up in the passion that you forget life still has to happen, So your lesson or challenge from the tarot is the 5 of Earth, fears surrounding money, the wisdom to accept help, uncertain self-employment. If you're starting a new business, this is saying, that's great, do that. But don't do it in a sense of, oh, I'm going to fail this. I have fear. Oh, I can't do this. What am I thinking? Like, I need to have this and this and this, and my doing this on my own is not going to work. The Five of Earth is saying, settle down. You don't have to make the leap into full-time employment on your own. You don't have to do it all at one time. That's where you have that help from friends. Sometimes asking for a reduction in hours as you're building your other business is how you have to work that. But you're forging your own path. That's the message from Source. Don't forget to be grateful. Being grateful for the job that you have that's paying the bills at the moment while you're building this other project up. And it could be a project that has nothing to do with a work business. That's fine. Even if you have to adjust your hours a little bit. But the Five of Earth is saying the fear is unnecessary because you've worked it out. The I-ching said you've got everything laid up. You're playing the long game here. You have everything in place, but don't submit to fear. Don't let that take over and ruin what you're working on. And that's where that karmic balance comes in, and that's where living in the now moment from the first week is so vital during this coming month. So your third week, we have the angel Raziel and Purification. It was Azrael. Never mind. Raziel is one that I'm going to eventually do a video on. And it's the Storm Wisdom. It's a very interesting card. I am one with the... Sorry, I can't quite see here. I am one with the storm of creative divine chaos that precedes the birth of a new reality. I am cleansed and cleared of what I have been. I open with wild heart to what must be for the soul to thrive and love to grow. With faith in spirit and my soul, I willingly enter into the process of transformation. Goodness and healing shall come from what is happening in my life. I trust the divine beauty that is destined for me. So you have an angel coming forward that's saying there's a lot of chaos going on. You're working on something. You're forging your own path. You might have a little outside interference, just like with the I-ching. There's other people who have good intentions, but they're not listening to your soul. They're not on your own path. You're forging your own path. So that's where the storm is. That's that kind of cloudy chaos that might not feel the greatest, just like in the second week, don't let fear dominate. This is saying you can stand in that storm of divine creation because you're at the eye of the storm. The storm is going on around you. You're in the quiet spot. You're connected to your higher self. You're connected to God's source, divine energy, and that's guiding you as you're moving forward with this. And it's really saying there is a clarity if you are still for a moment. There's a clarity in meditation that's helping you move your passion forward, whatever it is you're working on. It could be a relationship, it could be a business, it could be, however that's coming forward for you, whatever your passion is, but being still and allowing yourself to be quiet while, the chaos is going on around you is how you can build and continue to grow. Your message from Source is the lost lands, soul memories, and gifts. You've done this before. So you're tapping into that higher self, and that's where the lost lands, this is your genetic memory. It's your soul's lineage memory as well. So tapping into the causal chakra so you can tap into that history, maybe even meditating or getting some Akashic record readings, said that backwards, so that you can start to understand what you're going through right now. It's not new, nothing new under the sun type of a belief, but you're forging it in a way that in the current environment is new. In the current world, it hasn't been done in known memory, but that doesn't mean your soul hasn't done it before. So when you're working with some of these angels, you're in the middle of the storm and they're saying everything's going on around you. Stand peace, be quiet, be still. And the message from Source is saying when you do that, you can tap into those ancient memories, even if it's only a subtle view of a lesson or maybe a different way of handling a situation. Doesn't mean that you're going to, and you could have this whole amazing vision. It could be just a subtle impression that's like, do it this way, try this. And that's where you start to get those impressions and you move around the problem versus hitting your head into the wall constantly. Your lesson or challenge from the tarot is the Three of Earth, the power of creativity, recognition for very high quality work, and being a team player. The lesson is know your worth. When someone compliments you, be appreciative. Thank you for the compliment, because this is really your creation. Whatever your passion is at this moment, it's building and people are starting to notice. That doesn't mean, you're going to have to go out and be public about it. But as you're doing your passion, people are noticing. And this Three of Earth is saying it's okay that they're noticing. Be grateful that they're noticing. The lesson is be okay with them acknowledging your high quality work, and tell yourself, I'm doing a good job. It doesn't matter what it is you're doing. You're doing a good job, and you always seek to improve. That way, right now, you're grateful for where you're at, but you're also willing to grow. So that's kind of the lesson that's coming forward. Your guide or guardian for the fourth week is the angel Lahabiel and black tourmaline, Purification. So I courageously choose to let go. I embrace healing and renewal. I release and surrender with perfect trust. I am cleansed through the powerful outpouring of spiritual grace. Spaciousness now opens up within me and beneath me, behind me, before me, and all around. Within this clean, clear space, that which is outmoded is absorbed and reborn as unlimited. Potential for manifesting new sacredness. Now is a time of potential and grace, which I amplify and activate through relaxation and release. I am blessed with the spiritual cleansing and the divine protection again. So, what we're going with this fourth week, the third week was staying quiet amongst the storm, tapping into your history, and this is being reiterated for the fourth week. Your creativity is not going anywhere. Your passion is not going anywhere. As you have tapped in and as you're quieting yourself, you start to realize that there's some things that need to be cleaned out. It could be an old spiritual belief, an old habit that's just not doing it for you anymore. And this fourth week, you have the angel Lahabiel and black tourmaline. Black tourmaline clears negativity across the board. Doesn't matter what it is that clears negativity. So you've got this energy of let's clear out the stuff that's not working, clearing out the unhealthy, the cluttered, the stuck energy, because when you clean that stuff out, it makes room for the prosperity. As I said at the beginning, you're in this for the long haul. It's not going to be something quick, but the reward at the end is worth it. So really focus on cleaning. It might be cleaning your house, cleaning your office, wherever you're working on your passion, shop, garage, whatever. But working on cleaning that, but also clean this. Clean your heart. What habits are not beneficial? What thought patterns are not the greatest? Louise Hay, one of my heroes in the positive thinking ideologies, said you can't hold two thoughts at the same time. So when you have those thought patterns that are coming forward, redirect it. So if you need, you're having a rough day and you're just like, I'm so stupid, I'm so this, think of a puppy. Think of how cute they are, that little breath when they smell when they're still babies and still nursing, that little puppy breath. Sorry if that's gross, but to me that's one of those things that just makes you happy. And start focusing, feel their fur, how soft it is, how cute their little yips are. They're little rolling around on the floor because their legs aren't big enough to hold their chubby bellies up. And really get connected into that image and find whatever it is for you. And for me, it's puppies, but other people have flowers, books, whatever. Connect into that during this fourth week. Redirect, purify, clean the upstairs. Work on your meditation so that you can quiet your mind so you can focus better. And like I said, work on cleaning the house up too if you feel inspired to do so. Your message from Source is the 7-star sisters, birthing creations, tapestry of life and expression. You're cleaning house, you're cleaning the physical house and the outside house. You're redirecting your energy because the 7-star sisters are coming through to say your creation, your passion, you're weaving a tapestry for your future. Every thread, every single thread that you place is either going to benefit or alter your overall image. So what they're saying is, let's work together. As you're cleaning stuff out, you're clearing space, allowing greater creation, but greater creativity, and also greater motivation to move forward. So the purification is not something you're going to do once and be done. Just FYI. There are so many purification rites out there, you can do them for years and never be done. So it's an ongoing process, but what they're saying is each time you clean the house, each time you clear stuff up, take out the garbage, you clear your vision, you clear your image, it comes more into detail. Instead of being as pixelated big blocks everywhere you can't see, as you clean it up, you start to see the shapes, you start to see the colors, it comes more into reality. And that's what they're bringing forward, is as you're working towards your passion, really work on clearing out that space, and it's just going to help you, the energy flow better around you. So your lesson or challenge from the tarot is the Four of Air. That's your opposites, earth energy. Time to rest or take a vacation. Allow more time before making decisions, and meditation may prove answers. So what we're going with this, as you're doing this purification, as you're working with these energies, it's saying don't forget that self-care, and that came forward in the second week as well. So don't get so focused on I have to do the thing that you forget to, feed yourself, take care of yourself, get adequate rest, again, sleep, water, food, the important stuff. But the Four of Air is coming through to say you're doing the right thing, but don't overdo it. Don't exhaust yourself as you're processing this forward. And really that's what they're saying, is just take some time, and that's where the meditation is such a valuable tool for purification and for focus. It keeps you in the now moment, and it helps you reconnect with your higher frequency energies. So if you aren't meditating now, it might be a good habit to start adding to the list. Let's see what the 5th week has to say. Sorry. I just threw half the deck on the floor. So but we did get one card that stuck forward, and that is the Goddess Gaia, your patron goddess, earth energy, and Ocean Jasper. And we have Goodwill. I activate the spiritual power that benefits and protects all beings through mutual enhancement, the power of goodwill, generosity, and grace. I plug into the golden energy grids of grace that rise from the earth and provide all that is needed for every being to maintain its destiny. I put my faith in the potency of encouragement. I hold an empowered vision for myself and all beings. That's basically the message for Earth. You are an anchor point. You are the foundational energy. Gaia is your patron. She is the great Titan from the Greek mythology that basically is our planet. It's the consciousness of the planet. And so when you're using that and you're tapping in with like Ocean Jasper or any of the other agate family as well, you're tapping into the heart of the planet. Going back to the heartbeat of the planet is what you're trying to feel. And this 5th week is saying you've went through a lot, building, growing, cleaning house type of a stuff, but you've kept your eye on the prize. You're living in a time of instant karma, and Gaia is here to support you as you have supported others. And that's showing that gratitude and helping you understand that it doesn't always have to be a certain way in life. Forging your own path is an option. But remembering to show gratitude, show goodwill to others. They might, like I said, there's that chaos period where there's goodwill, good intentions that are not the best for you being applied. Showing goodwill says, I thank you for your concern, or I thank you for the advice. I'll take it under consideration. It doesn't mean you have to be rude, but that's that goodwill that's coming forward, is showing that to others, because positive karma this month is going to come back quickly and it will be amplified. Same with negative, so you want to build that positive side. Your message from Source is double mission. Lightworker starseed, serving the world by being you. You cannot be someone else and fulfill your divine calling. You are here forge your own path. You're not following someone else's rules. You're not following someone else's path. You are on your own. You're doing it. Gaia is here to support you as you do this, and the double mission is there's a lot that you came here to do. You may only know this much of it right now. That's fine. Your soul contracts are in the ether. They're being activated and played out as life goes on. But you've got more than one mission is what the message is. Stay strong. Work with your support team, physical and spiritual, because they're here to support and help you. And they keep going back to that friends in the south and west. So look into that deeper because it keeps being brought forward. So it could be water, fire is going to be your supporters, and earth and air are the ones you have to look out for, or it could just work in another way, whatever the two directions mean for you as well. But you're here to do more than just go to work, come home, go to work, come home, go to work, come home. That's not life. That's not living, I should say. And your double mission is, that's something you can do. That's something we all do. We all have to do it. But there's more to life than that, and that's what this reading this month is coming forward with. So your lesson or challenge from the tarot is the Five of Fire. Competing goals, bothersome details, and conflict with others. The devil's in the details. You can get so stuck on the minutia that you actually forget what your goal is. Don't worry about what other people think. As it said throughout the messages, they might be yammering away over there. That's fine. That's their life. That's their advice. You can take what works and leave the rest over there. You're making your own path this month, Earth energy. This is really about staying focused on your goals, going your direction, following your intuition. And if you're not doing a meditation practice, they're really emphasizing that is a huge one this month to really start practicing and working towards. So with that, hopefully these messages resonate for you guys. If you enjoyed this video, please drop a like on it. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button and leave any comments, thoughts, suggestions, even constructive criticism, as long as we're respectful. With that, I will let you guys go. Have a great rest of the month of October, and I'll see you in a future video.